stepping back a little bit from the rushing. So we're going to start in our Pilates relaxation position, which is coming onto our side and bringing our feet then to hip width or even a little bit wider, and bringing ourselves so the back of the head is on the mat. Yeah, and if we're in our chair, we're going to replicate as much as we can the next few moves and stretches. Good, so when you get yourself here, just start to think about the feet being on the ground, the knees up towards the ceiling. Think about the back of your pelvis resting on the mat. Think about the length through your spine. And maybe you want a cushion or a towel for the back of the head, so you could grab that now. Good. And then just notice where your back is placed. So notice the back of the pelvis, yes, but notice there might be that little pocket of air, that little small space between your lower back and the mat. And that's what I'd like you to try and keep in place as we just do our first few exercises. So when you're ready, take a breath in, and then your left leg on the exhales, just a heel slide. So the leg slides out towards the end of the mat, being quite purposeful about that movement. And then next inhale brings the foot back to its start position without moving the pelvis at all. We do the same to the right side. So you might even want to have your hands just placed somewhere on your hips, or maybe even the fingertips in the lower back, maybe just for a couple of our moves. So I'm reaching out and coming back. And if we're in our chair, we could slide the leg out along the floor and then bring it back. Or we could do our little knee lifts, couldn't we? Good, we'll do one more like this on the right side. So reaching out and then returning. So notice now, you might have started, as you come to pause, just to wake up those tummy muscles a little bit. So keeping the pelvis still, we do exactly the same, but this time we flex the foot. So the left leg goes out for 4 repetitions in total, and coming back. And then we go 3, so exhaling away through the right side, flexing the foot. And see if you can keep your heel off the ground as we do 2 more of those. So your heel a little bit off the ground, exhaling out towards the end of the mat, keeping the pelvis still, and then returning quite purposefully. Yes, a simple exercise, but actually, quite an enjoyable exercise one, and quite a good exercise for our alignment, stretching out into the thighs as well as waking up the back. Now we've paused, so the arms are at the side of the body. I want you to bear everything in mind. The pelvis stays still, the back of the ribs on the mat, the back of your head. Take your right arm up towards the ceiling, relaxing your shoulder, and then exhale, so you can take the back of your right hand towards the floor. Now, not everybody's going to get there, or I'm certainly not going to get there straight away. So then we're bringing the arm up and back to the start. We're going to stay on this right side again, just twice more. So we lengthen the arm up towards the ceiling on the inhale, again, quite purposeful, not collapsed or kind of, too withery. And then exhale the arm over your head. See where you can get to keeping your back in the same position. Inhale the arm up, and then exhale back to the start position. So keep the space between the ear and the shoulder. One more time on this right side. Inhale the right arm up, and then exhale so you can keep your back still. Notice the back of your body, the back of your shoulder, maybe the muscles around the ribs. Good, trying to keep the shoulder in place as you move the arm. Let's do exactly the same when we've come out and recovered that. 3 on the other side. So now our left arm goes up. Inhaling up, lengthening up, keeping the back absolutely still, the feet grounded and the back of your head on the mat, and take the arm over the head. See if this side feels a little bit trickier or a little bit easier. Inhale the arm up and exhale to your start. Good, twice more, doing really well. Inhale the arm up, keep the back absolutely still, feet grounded, knees to ceiling. Yeah, space between the lower back and the mat. And then the arm comes up and back to our start. We've got 1 more of those. Try to focus on the length through the fingertips. Quite purposeful as you exhale the arm back. Yeah, and then notice what's happening in the body, in the back of the shoulder, maybe the chest, maybe kind of that rib cage area on the left side. So let's put those 2 together now. So we can inhale, start to lift the right arm, And then on the exhale, slide your left heel out and your right arm over your head. Now, you might get access then to the floor. You might be able to get the arm back a little bit further this time. Inhale, start to bring the arm and the leg back, and exhale your foot down. Let's do 3 more of those in total. So now it's the opposite side. Left arm comes up. Good, reaching out through our right side. Again, just getting that lovely sense of a stretch and release. Good, inhale and exhale. So notice the back stays still, your pelvis is still. You've still got the space between the ear and the shoulder. You're getting a lovely bit of alignment going on of the whole body here, opposite arm and leg. And then our last one should be our left arm, if you're with me, and your right leg stretching out towards the end of the mat. The back doesn't move. Good. Lovely. And then come all the way back to our start. Okay, well done. So now we'll bring the right leg in without the band. Take the hand behind, interlace the hands behind your thigh, and then reach your right leg up to the ceiling. Now, could we bend and stretch for 5, or hold the leg if it's better for your knee? So you could either hold the leg up or join me 4. Inhale and exhale 3. Good, finding a stretch into the back of the leg, enjoying it 2. Bend and stretch, or if it's better for the knee, just stay there 1. Then circle your ankle 4. And 3, we're going 2 and 1, other way, 4. Again, quite purposeful, 3 and 2 and 1, point and flex, 4, toes up, heel up, 3, inhale and exhale, 2, push the heel up, and there's 1. Good, bend the knee, pull the leg in towards you, and then put that same foot onto your thigh to bring you into your little glute stretch. We could leave both legs on the ground to start with here today. We're going to try our chair version of this a little bit later. Otherwise, you could maybe pick up the left leg and see where you can get to on that stretch. Yeah, you could even go kind of halfway, just maybe with the ball of the foot of the left side on the floor to give you a bit of height. Yeah, or you can lift the left leg just that little bit more. Yeah, see what feels good for you just now. Now we'll place the feet down, bringing the right leg in towards us. Good, and then pop that foot to the floor. Notice that little bit of heat and energy in our right side as we do exactly the same on the left. So we can let the back rest on the mat, bring the left knee in, hold behind the thigh, and we do 6 stretches up, either staying or bending the knee. Yes, we do 6 times of those. Here's 5. Each time you can exhale up, you're lengthening the leg 4. Just finding a really good stretch down the back of the leg 3, but you might just be holding it instead. You can hold the front of the thigh instead if you wanted to. Good, and then here comes our last one. So I've got the hold of my trousers and I can just keep that leg in place if I want to do that instead. Good, or I'm just easy behind the thigh. Circle the ankle 4 and 3. We're going for 2. And we're going for 1. Then we go the other way. Again, can you move around that ankle joint? 2, look at the foot, get it moving. And then toes up and heel up. Still with the back of the thigh stretch with the leg long and up to the sky. 2 more. Inhale toes, exhale heel. Inhale toes, exhale heel. And then bend the knee. If it's okay for your knee, place the foot onto the thigh, stay there. You might feel that outer hip area. If you're feeling comfortable, you could come up onto the ball of the foot. Yeah, and if you wanted, you could lift the right leg, so the right leg gives you that little bit of leverage to draw the legs in. Double check that you've got pretty much your right ankle on your thigh, rather than your foot, because that can just twist the ankle. Notice that. If it's kind of just the toes or the edge of the foot, your ankle will be quite compromised. Your whole ankle will be compromised. So make sure you've got pretty much the ankle area on your thigh. Good, and then we can put the feet down. Now take your time, bring yourself onto your side. You might use your cushion for between the ear and the arm. It doesn't matter which way you're facing, because we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. If we're using our chair, we could be in standing to do this now. Yeah, so we come onto our side, our bottom leg is bent. I can see you, so do make sure you are moving into position. Have a look at that top leg, and you can see the top of the foot, can't you? bottom leg's bent, and the bottom arm can be right out ahead of you with your cushion under your bottom ear, or you can cup your head in your hand if that feels better. Yeah, or you can stretch that arm out, whichever kind of works for your shoulder there. Now, just holding that leg there, yes, there's some work going on, isn't there? Notice your thighs. You know, notice those thighs, fronts and back. Notice the buttocks, just with the leg there. A couple of extra breaths. So the leg's stretched out. We're giving that kind of static strength. Good, and then we're going to lift for 8. So if you lose me at all, you've got 8. Inhale and exhale. Now, it's enough of a lift to feel that outer thigh. Might feel the inner thigh as you come down. 6 more to go. You might feel the buttock as well. Good. We go 5. Inhale and exhale. Good. Long leg. 4. Good. We're going for 3. Bottom leg resting to support you. And we're going 2. Lovely. Inhale and exhale. We're going 1. Good. And then this time we can bring the legs together and then take a breath. So if we're standing, we could do the other side of that to save our standing leg. So we could do the other side. And then if you're with me on the mat here, we've got the leg lifted and we're circling the leg around. So it becomes the bicycle for 8. There's 1. Good, knee to chest. Here's number 2. Good, so inhale the knee up and exhale the leg around. There's 3. So knee to chest, here's number 4. Good, we're keeping the hips and the back fairly still. Here's number 5. Good, we can have the fingertips in front if we like. Here's number 6. Yeah, lovely. And here's 2 more to do. So knee and circle. Good. And then our last one, knee and a circle. And then bring the legs together. Take a breath there. Really well done. Good. And then our last one we're going to do here. Again, we can do standing with the moving leg is going to be just with the foot on the floor if we like. We're going to keep our feet together just wherever you are and lift the top knee. So you're bringing your top knee up until you can feel your outer thigh and hip area, and then you close. Good. Again, we've got 8. So we're lifting and lowering. Yeah. So we can do that in standing as well, just opening and closing the knee. Good. 3. Good. Here's number 4. That's it. You should feel that outer thigh and hip area. Here's number 5. We're nearly finished. We're just going to repeat everything on the other side, and then we're in standing. Good. Number 6. Good. Inhaling and exhaling. Noticing that strength in the outer thigh and buttock, keeping the hips still. Good. And then here's our last one. Yeah, well done. And rest down. Take a little recovery. Now, while we're here, again, we could do this standing with our chair. We'll repeat this anyway, so don't worry if you don't get it. So you can take the back of your trousers, yeah, and then draw your knee back. You could take the top of your foot, your sock, yeah, and pull the knee back if you wanted instead. You could grab your band and place your band around your ankle and then just hook the leg back from there. That can be quite a nice option as well. What I'd like you to feel is a stretch down the front of your thigh. So your gaze is ahead, you're reaching and lengthening through the spine, and we're feeling the stretch all the way down the front of that thigh area. We'll take an extra breath, and then we can take our band and just put our band to the side. Yeah, if we've used that. Now, you could just roly-poly to the other side, or join me at the other end of your mat. So take your time. So we started with a few breaths with our static leg position, didn't we? Maybe you've got your cushion and you're grabbing that now. Bottom leg is bent and the top leg is straight. Now have a look down the line of the body. So your hips are stacked, your hip, knee and ankle are in alignment. You can see your foot, and then get yourself set up here. So we're lengthening out. I'm just going to shimmy down the mat a little bit. So we're lengthening out through that bottom arm, or you've got your cushion and you're supporting your head there. You're reaching and stretching out that top leg. You've got the whole strength in the thigh. A couple of extra breaths. The glute muscles. Good. And then we can lift and lower for 8. You're not having to come up high. Good. Inhale and exhale. Yeah, and if we're in standing, we could be repeating these now on the other side. 3, good, lifting the leg a little bit. 4, good, inhale and exhale. 5, we're going for 6, we're going for 7, and then our last one, number 8. Good, and then we can rest the leg down, brings us straight into our bicycle. So if we just scoot the legs together and then lift the top knee, and that brings us into our bicycle top leg. So our bottom leg is still, we're bringing our knee up towards our chest, stretching our leg out, circling back to our start position. 6 to go, inhaling and exhaling. Now we can have the fingertips in front for support, or we could even have the hand in the lower back just to check that we're not moving the back too much. Good, we go 4. Good, inhale and exhale, we go 3. Good, we're going for 2. If you've done your 8, then obviously you're finishing there. Good, and our last one if you're joining me. Good, and then bring the legs together. Yeah, not as easy as it looks, is it? You should feel that outer thigh and hip area. So you could have a little break now if you're thinking, well, actually, I'm just going to have a break. This is not so great on this side for me. So you could think, well, actually, I'm just going to have that little breather. Or the feet stay together and your top knee lifts. Yeah, and then you're lowering. So just a small oyster. Yeah, if it's better for your feet just to drift a little bit apart and that gives you a bit more movement, then absolutely fine to do that. What we're aiming for is to keep our hips pretty much still. And we've got 4 to go. Yeah, we're nearly there. So we go 4, inhaling and exhaling. Good, we're going for 3, top knee lifts and lows. Good, we're going for 2. Good, and then here comes our last one. Well done. Lower the top leg down, take a breath. Again, you might grab your band. Yeah, place your band around your ankle or foot and draw the leg back. Otherwise, you can hold the top of the foot or the back of the trousers. Yeah, whichever's going to work for you. So I'm going to try the band on the top of my foot just to see if I can ease it back a little bit there. And just make sure your top shoulder isn't compromised, whichever position you're in. Yeah, so just making sure you can get that little bit of movement there. So this is our front of the thigh stretch. So you've got hold of the top of the foot and you're drawing the leg back to find a stretch down the front of the thigh. Good. Easing the knee back. Good, using your chair or your sock on the back of the trousers. And then releasing. Really well done. Now we're going to need our band a little bit later, so just put your band to the side and then make your way round to 4-point kneeling. Now some of us are going to shoot straight up to standing. Others might try a cat stretch. Inhaling as we round. Yeah, and exhaling. And in a moment we're all going to be in standing, so join me there. You might do one more cat. So rounding from the lower back, having a little scoop of the tummy muscles in, tucking the chin. And then when you're ready, releasing back to your long back. Now we can come up to standing however we like. So we could tuck the toes and walk the hands back towards the feet. We could take a stride forward with one leg and bring ourselves up to standing like that. Whichever's going to work for us this morning. Really well done. Okay, nice to see everybody back into our upright position. So just in this first section, we're going to just work on our posture. Just before we do that, we'll just add in a few little upper body movements just to get us going. So we'll do our shoulder rolls first, inhaling and exhaling. No rush, get yourself in your camera now. We won't need to move our cameras around again. Good, inhaling and exhaling, I hope. Good. So just when you're ready, just join me when you're ready. There's absolutely no rush. Join me with the shoulder rolls. Rolling the shoulders forward, up, round and back. Good, inhaling and exhaling. Just enjoy that. Lovely. Good, and then just the right side, so just moving the right side. And remembering that when we do our next movements, just to help open up the front body, strengthen the back body, you might be doing less repetitions. Let's do the other side for 8. You might be doing less repetitions. You might be making everything a little bit smaller. So absolutely fine to do that. Good, inhale and exhale. Good, well done. That's it, last time. Good, then we'll bring the arms up and we'll bring the arms down. Good, reach the arms up and reach the arms back down. Can you lengthen up through the fingertips? Some of us are going to go a little bit of the way. Can we reach up and then can we reach the fingertips down towards the ground? Good, the arms are pretty much straight if we can manage it. And here's our last one. Arms going up and arms coming down. Really well done, guys. So then kind of just sometimes called the open book, and we did a variation of this the other week. So we bring ourselves up to this muscle man position. You know the position we start our shoulder press in, which we haven't got today, by the way, just in case you're thinking, hang on a minute. We've got the elbows in line with the shoulders and our palms are just facing the camera side. And then all we're going to do is draw the elbows, well, the forearm back, just enough that you can feel your chest and your back doing a little bit of work. And then we're actually going to bring the forearms together. Don't worry if they don't get there. Yeah. So open the arms, keeping the elbows shoulder height, bring the arms towards each other. Don't worry if they don't get there. Good, and we're going to do 5 more. So we're going to open, a little bit like our Cleopatra, just a version of our Cleopatra really, and close. Good, that's it, opening the arms, noticing the front of the body opening, the back body working, and then when you bring the arms together, you might notice the back of the body, sort of a little bit of a back of the shoulder stretch. 3 to go. Inhaling it open and exhaling to close. Good, great for our shoulder mobility as well. Remember, backing off if we need to. So elbow bent in that muscle man position, if that's, and I can see people are adapting it to change as well for them. Good, last one. Bring the arms together and then bring the arms wide. Now release the arms down, yeah, a little bit of work for the arms as well. Good, and then we'll just come into a very gentle chest stretch before we move on. So we've got the hands behind the back and we pull the hands a little bit away from the back, sending our knuckles down towards the ground. Just very gently, doesn't have to be anything forced. Good, and then what I'd like are 3 breaths here, and the breath's going to come high and wide into the chest, into the ribs, into the back. It's our kind of Pilates breathing, isn't it? Do you remember our thoracic breathing or lateral breathing it's called? So we can really increase the stretch. 1 more breath, inhale and exhale. And then release. Well done. Now bring the arms up to this position. Yeah, so now we've got the palms facing down, the fingertips facing ahead, and again we've got that bent elbow position. And now we draw the elbows back. So this is like our low row position. We can then reach the arms forward and we can reach the elbows slightly back. Yeah, and we can do that again. We can do just, let's do another 6. So we're just working on our 8s, a roundabout, doesn't matter if you're doing 4. We can do an exhale as we go back and an inhale to reach forward if we like, but don't worry if you've changed that. So again, there's that sense of a little squeeze of the shoulder blades together, working the back of the body, opening the front of the body. That's it. Yeah, we could reach through the fingertips as well. I can see some of us are here. Yeah, we could reach through the fingertips. Good, and then here's our last one. Forward and back, and then release the arms down. Okay, if I tell you you've got 2 more to do, 2 more little exercises, you can adapt knowing that. And then, do you know we did this the other week, so we can take the fingertips to the temples or towards the back of the head would be quite nice. And this is that little butterfly that we did. So standing with crown of the head up to the ceiling, gaze ahead, we start to draw the elbows in. It doesn't matter if they don't meet. If they can meet, you'll feel a big stretch into the back of the shoulder, but you don't force anything. And then you open your elbows, so the elbow goes wide, but you're not forcing your head forward to get those elbows wider. So we can inhale, bring the elbows in, and we can exhale, take the elbows back. Yeah. So notice again the back of the body stretching, 6, and the front of the body opening. Inhale, bringing the elbows in, adapt if you need to, 5. Good, elbows going wide. Good, here's number 4. Inhale and exhale. Now, if you want a breather, you could go back to those lovely shoulder rolls. Yeah, so don't force anything. Yeah, knowing that we've got one more exercise, which is that snow angel exercise, which is really quite tricky. I'm going to make the next one the last one for everybody. So coming in and then opening on that exhale and releasing the arms down. Really well done, really well done. And good that we just layered in what was appropriate for us this morning though. Now, do you remember our snow angels requires a wall, yeah? So we're going to bring ourselves to the wall. If you disappear, then don't worry. If you've had enough of your shoulders now, you could actually just do a lovely wall roll down with your back against the wall, your lower back against the wall, or your pelvis against the wall. So absolutely feel free to do that if you've had enough of the shoulders. Your feet are a good 1.5 feet distance away from you. Your back of your pelvis and the back of the shoulders against the wall. The back of your head, pretty much, if you can get there, is against the wall. So the back of your pelvis, the waistband, yeah, the back of your ribs, the back of your shoulders. And now we're going to take our palms to face away from you and bring our arms to the wall. I'll show you from here now, just so you know where you are. Okay, so we've got the palms open, and now the backs of the arms, the back of the shoulder, the forearm, back of the hand. Yeah, notice all that. Now that is tough in itself, isn't it? We're opening the chest. We've got some energy through those arms, and that you might think, well, actually, this is plenty for me now. So I'm against my door, on my wall, yeah, and I've got my arms there connected to the wall. Yeah, and then just relax for me. Good, and then we're going to do the same again, and you can decide for 5 breaths, are you going to stay with this? So here are your 5 breaths here. If you wanted, you start to bend the elbow and bring the arms up to shoulder height. You might decide to stay there. If you wanted, you bend the elbow again and bring the hands up a little bit higher. So the forearm, the back of the hand, stay pretty much connected to the wall if we can. Good, hold 5. Inhale, exhale, back of the ribs, back of the shoulders, 4, 3, good, we're going 2, we're going 1, and then we soften the elbows, scoot the arms all the way down, and recover. Good, step away from the wall, and then just let the arms just have a little shake. We can go into that, the arm slaps. Really well done, guys, really well done. Not easy, but all that really about our posture, isn't it? Trying to get some strength for the back of the body and open up across the front of the body. Just enjoy. 4 each side. We'll go 3. Let the arms just hang. Make sure the shoulders feel okay. Make it smaller if you need. Good. And then that's our last one of those. Really, really well done. Okay, so then we're going to pick up our band and we're going to do a little bit of strength work with our band. I know some of us have got a slightly different tension on the bands, so please make it gentle to moderate rather than anything else. So gentle to moderate as we go. So let's place the band in the left hand. Let's place the band just on the floor. So we've got a little bit of the band on the floor like mine, and then the left foot goes onto the band with the right foot into hip width. Yeah? And again, make sure you're nice and level. Then we've got the hand around the band. Yeah, that's right. And we've got the hand facing forward. Your elbows lightly tucked in. 8 repetitions. Exhale, gentle to moderate. Inhale as you come down. Some of us will go halfway, and that's absolutely fine. Yeah. Some of us will come all the way up. So just dependent on your band. Yeah. So gentle to moderate. That's what you want to feel. Yeah. So gentle to moderate. Exhaling the arm up and inhaling to come down. Yeah. And if you haven't got the appropriate band yet, then I can send you the link to these nice green ones that we used to use in class. Yeah, so if you're feeling like you're struggling with your band, then let me just send you a link, because you can get those really easily and really cheaply. Last one, make sure your elbow's in, yeah, so we don't want that going on. We want to, yeah, come up from that lovely elbow position there. Lovely, good, and then we're going to keep the same foot position, but take the feet wider, good, and then take your band in your right hand, so exactly the same foot position, and remember I draw the sword, so now we've got our hand by our tummy, our elbow lifts, that's all I'm asking, yeah, and then you're coming down. Okay, so what I can see, guys, pause there for me, I can see this, yeah, but remember it's like the upright row, it's just one arm of the upright row. So imagine you've got your sword in your left hand hip pocket there, and you're pulling the sword up and away. So your palm is still facing you. Guys, I can see some of us doing this. I want your palm still to face you with your elbow up. Yeah, so your palm faces your body. Yeah, good, 6 to go. So your palm just faces your body, inhaling up and exhaling down. Yeah, you can make it less, just coming up a little bit, but still keeping that lovely alignment. 5, good, we're going 4. Yeah, nothing forced, again, gentle to mild. Firm up the feet, lengthen up through the spine. Hang on a minute with those wrists. I'm seeing this going on now. What's happening with those wrists is the same as with the hand weights. We want to keep the knuckles pretty much in alignment with the elbow. Yeah, 2 more to go. Bringing the arm up. You might have had a breather now. Good, and then our last one to do. What's happening with the wrist? Do not let that wrist collapse for me. Good, and then coming down. Yeah, okay. So let's change to the other side. But when we do draw the sword in a moment, I want to get that wrist correct, guys, because otherwise we'll strain the wrist. So now you put the band to the right hand side. We're standing with the right foot on the edge of the band, just where you were last time, if you can remember that, and then our feet back into hip width. Then we've got our palm facing the camera side with our elbow lightly tucked in and our hand pretty much level with the shoulder. Yeah, so make sure you've got your band on the right hand side. Your band, you should be on your right foot and on your right hand. That's it. You can come further down the band if you've got a long band. Gentle to moderate. Exhale the arm up. Inhale, you're coming down. Good, ground the feet. Exhaling, going up as high as the body will allow, and then coming down. You're starting at your shoulder, yeah, and then you're going up from the shoulder there. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, good. So remember, we might need to just invest in a slightly longer or looser band, might we? Otherwise, we're going to strain. Yeah, lovely. Well done. No band's brilliant. Good. 4 to go. So we're exhaling up and we're inhaling down. So if it's too much with the band that you've got, it'd be better to do no band. Yeah, rather than cause yourself an injury. Yeah, 2 more to go. The movement's brilliant. The movement's going to get some lovely strength and stretch. Last one coming up. Good. Yeah, lovely. Well done, guys. Good. Okay. Now we can leave the band where it is. Take the band in your left hand, and like we do with our hand weights, before we do the movement, maybe put the band back in the right. Look where the knuckle and the elbow are on you, and then as you bring the elbow up, that doesn't change. So with the band, it's tempting to end up here, isn't it? Collapsing the wrist. We don't want that. We don't want that. So let's get that position. Let's get the knuckle in alignment and then lift the elbow from there. Yeah. So have a look at your wrist now. Sorry, I'm being a bit tricky about this one, but it's really important. Yeah. So I'd rather you go less high and keep your wrist alignment. Good. We've got 6 to go. Good. Elbow leads 6. Inhale and exhale. Sorry, I'm being really pernickety, aren't I? Good. We go 5. Elbow leads. Draw that sword. We go 4. We're still working posture. Good, we're going for 3. Elbows a little bit higher than the wrist. Elbows higher than the wrist. Look at yourself in the camera. Shoulder away from the ear. Good, 2 more to go. Draw that sword. Looking good. Last one to do. Draw that sword out of that sheath and then come back down. We're going to be musketeers by the end of this. 3 repetitions of our band up over the head or just over the head. Up and over the head, up and over the head and back. Yeah. So the hands a lot wider than hip width, a lot wider than shoulder width, so really nice and wide with the hands, just where the arms feel comfortable. The band is taut. Inhale the arms up. This is really another great one for our posture. Exhale the arms just up towards your forehead or over the top of your head. Or you're taking the band slightly back beyond the back of your head. Inhale the band up and exhale down. Make sure you're completely pain-free. Yeah? So inhale shoulder height, that might be enough. Exhale to the ceiling, you might be just doing the arm action. Inhale if we wanted, exhale the band a little bit behind us, opening the chest. Inhale the arms up. Shoulder rolls if you wanted, shoulder rolls if you wanted instead. You've got one more to do and that is it. That is it. Inhale, exhale up towards your forehead or top of the head. Good, exhale behind the head if that is possible. Inhale the arms up, don't make me laugh. And then exhale, bring the arms down. Some of us are having this fight with the band. Yeah, that's not what we're supposed to be doing, you know that. Okay, really well done, gang. Pop your band to the side. Pop your band to the side. Now, again, just coming to those shoulder rolls, we're going to do a couple of nice stretches and then lower body and balance. Yeah, lower body and balance. So little release of the shoulders. Maybe just give that right arm just a little shake out. The left arm just a little shake out. Good, and then take the right arm when you're ready out ahead of you and take the right arm across your body. Find that stretch across the back of the shoulder. I'll just show you from the side here. So your right arm has come out and then you can draw the arm just across the body there to get that stretch into the back of the shoulder, doing really well. Good, that's it. And then we like our tricep stretch as well, don't we? So the elbow goes up, fingertips onto the back of the arm and the elbow goes high. You don't have to pull, but if pulling feels better, or you could stay with the back of the shoulder stretch, or maybe even go into the arm behind you, just depending on where your shoulder, how your shoulder's feeling there. Good, and then we'll do that arm down and the other arm out. And the arm across the body if you wanted to. Back of the shoulder stretch. Good, yeah, well done. Relaxing the shoulders, doing absolutely brilliantly. Good, then when you're ready, maybe the tricep stretch with the elbow high. Can we get that elbow up? Up. You can push. Some of us like to pull the arm back instead. So whichever feels good for you. Hand, fingertips go down towards the mid part of the back. The elbow goes up a little bit higher. Good, and then we can release the arm down. We'll bring the arms in front. Interlace the fingers, send your knuckles away from you, tucking your chin in. Good, and then we can lower the arms down, interlace the fingers behind the body, shoulder blades together, and pull the hands a little bit away from the body. Now remember, if the shoulder's a bit tricky, it's actually better just to leave the arms resting on the thigh, on the bottom, and draw the shoulder blades together. So don't worry about taking the hands off the body there. Good, and then we can release and relax. Well done. Can you get your chair, and if you've got a ball, your ball, yeah? Don't worry if you haven't got your ball. Yeah, so I'm just going to grab my ball from here. Yeah, and we're going to use that in a minute, not straight away. And then grab your chair, or make sure your chair's in a really good position so you can see what you're doing. So now we've got our lower body strengthening now. And we're going to start with our squats. And today we're going to start with the arms crossed. Again, we'll do sets of 8. So we'll do arms crossed, yeah, and we'll do arms out. Yeah, so we've got 2 sets of those. And then we're going to do a set with the ball as well. Yeah, so let's sit on our chair. Lucky us. Have the heels a little bit further back so that you can get yourself to standing. Cross your arms over the chest, opposite hand to shoulder. And lean forward with a long lengthened back, weight into both feet, the knees and feet in hip width, and exhale our way up to standing. Take a breath in, and maybe our exhale sits us back. Yeah, good, we go again. So inhale, lean, exhale, stand. Good, yeah, lovely. Good, just double checking that your knees and feet are facing forward. Lean, a lovely long lengthened spine, and really work into those thighs for me. Sit the hips back and quietly pop the bottom down. So lean forward, find the balls of the feet, the heels, press up to that long lengthened spine. Good, and then bend from the knee and the hip as you come back down. Good, and again, 3 to go. Thighs and stand, absolutely wonderful. Hinging back, inhaling and exhaling. Good, you've got 2 to do. Really thinking about the strength in the legs again. If we can keep that leg strength, that is phenomenal, isn't it? Good, we've got 1 more to do. Means we can pretty much do everything. You know, moving around, getting around. Good, and then we can sit back down and take a little breather. Now, when we sit down, we could do our gentle twist to one side, using our chair just as a bit of support, coming back, and then doing the same to the other side. So just that little twist around. So I'll do that 1 more time each side. We can inhale and exhale just as feels good. Just enjoy that. Good. Inhale and exhale round to that opposite side. Good, and then come back to our start. So now we've got the option, same again if we want, or see if we can take the arms out ahead of us. So now we might just need to readjust our feet position. We lean forward into the thighs, and then we're reaching, just bringing the arms to shoulder height. We reach out through the fingertips, sit the bottom back, and come back down. Yeah. So lean and come up, and we're going to go a little bit quicker for our next 6. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now remember, shoulders might have had enough, which is totally understandable. So you're just resting your hands down. Yeah. Good. Otherwise, we've got 4 more. Lean, push down through the thighs and lift. 4. Good. Absolutely fine to have those hands resting on the thighs. 3. Push down through the thighs, lengthen and lift. Good. We've got 2 to do. You're doing brilliantly. Try to go really quietly on the way back down. So that hinge from the hips, and then really quietly, and then our last one. Yeah, well done, hinge from the hips, and sit back down. Lovely, absolutely brilliant. Now, if you've got your ball, our last set will do with the ball. So if you haven't got your ball, it does not matter. If you wanted to use a towel, you could use a folded up hand towel or even a cushion, yeah? So if you've got your ball, remember, we want the ball quite soft. So you can always let a bit of air out another time, just making sure it's fairly soft, a little bit like dough, my dough anyway. So then let's have the ball between the knees. Yeah, so this is going to give us a little bit more alignment of the knees and the feet. Double check that for me. Feet are level, knees facing forward. Squeeze on the ball. We're going to have the hands just on the thighs, and we're going to squeeze the ball as we come up to standing. Squeeze the ball lightly as we sit back down. Yeah, good. If we haven't got the ball, we're doing exactly the same, or we're having a breather. We're having a breather. You might be saying, well, hang on a minute, I don't want to do this last set, which is absolutely fine, totally fine. So our 3rd set of 8, there's number 3. Yeah, sitting the hips back and coming back down. Good. Think about that thigh, front and back of the thigh strength, and the glute strength, guys. You are absolutely brilliant. Yeah, we've got 4 to do. Yeah. Good, 4 to do, coming up. Notice how these are getting easier, aren't they? Can you give me a thumbs up if they're getting easier? Could you just pretend? Oh, I'm getting some thumbs up. I'm getting a little bit of wavering, and I am getting a no. 2 more. Good. That's it. Good, and then our last one. Yeah? Good. Lean forward first, remember, and then just push yourself up. Yeah, really well done. Can you stay at the top with the ball or whatever you've got there? Yeah, you can stay where you are. I'm just going to move to here. Good, so you've just got the ball between the knees. And then we're going to try just a little bit of balance from here. If you've got your chair handy, just pop your fingertips on the chair. Yeah, or find a little bit of somewhere you can just place your fingertips. Good, and then we're going to come up, lift and lower. 4, that's all, and lower. Good, we're going 3, and lower. Isn't easy. We're going for 2. You're doing absolutely brilliantly. Good, and then we're going for 1. Superb. Yes, really well done. Fabulous. Okay, so that leads us into our balance. So now we can either leave our chair there, we can take our ball and put it to the side. We're going to use that just a little bit later between the ankles. So have it to the side ready. And just come into, we're just going to do a little bit of balance practice now. Oh, hello, ball. Good. Okay, so let's go straight into our foot pedals. Oh, it feels like you've still got the ball there, doesn't it, between the knees? So can we then do a little bend of the left knee, bend of the right, bend of the left and bend of the right. Inhale and exhale. Again, it's fine to be holding on, but what I would like you to do is just occasionally take your hand away. So if you are holding on anywhere with the fingertips, then just occasionally just take the hand away and see where we're getting. Go 8, we go 7, we go 6, we go 5, lift and lengthen, we're going 4, good, we're going 3, doing absolutely brilliantly, we're going 2, good, and then we're going 1, superb, good, and then can we just raise the left heel, raise the left foot, ball of the foot and heel goes down, stand on the left, pick up the heel of the right, the ball of the foot, and then ball of the foot and the heel go down. So just a little bit of work through that ankle area as well, good, and again, that's it. And noticing that you've got the foot off the ground for a moment, right, left side again, ball of foot and heel, and then the right side again, good, and you might decide to stay with that, or this time we pick up the whole foot and lift the knee as well, and then we put the ball of the foot and the heel down. So heel, ball of the foot and knee, and then ball of the foot, heel and down, 1 more each way. Doesn't matter what we're doing, which version we're on, but again, being quite purposeful about our movements. Brilliant work, gang. Good, yeah, really good. Okay, so then we can hold on here if we want. We take our ball again. We're going to put the ball between the ankles a little bit off the ground. Now, this is quite useful for the alignment of the ankles and makes the ankles do a little bit more work. You are more than welcome to be holding on, so absolutely fine to hold on. Look at both feet, they're facing forward, your ankles around the ball, and you can feel that little bit of a connection maybe in that lower part of the leg. Then when you're ready, straight up into a calf raise, inhaling up and exhaling as we come down. Good, we're going to go again, inhaling up. Good, and exhaling as you come down. Now, not next week, but for the week after, I'm going to ask you if you can get a tennis ball. Yeah, so a tennis ball, because this is a really good exercise with a tennis ball. We can do our foot massage as well. You remember we did our lovely little roly-poly on the sole of the foot, so not for next week. So I'll give you that little bit of time to get hold of a tennis ball. Good, doing well with these guys. Good, lifting straight up through the crown of the head. And again, is there a moment that we can just bring the hand away? Now, if you're practicing every day on any of that balance, any of those balance exercises that we do, and you know, your balance is going to improve. Now I've got 2 more to do here. Lifting up, keeping that alignment of the ankles, and lowering down. Good, notice you'll probably want to squeeze at a certain angle or one foot a bit more than the other. Just keeping it nice and even. Yeah, good, and lowering down, well done, really well done. Brilliant, and then we'll take the ball, put the ball out of the way completely, so it's not going to be annoying. And move your chair out of the way as well. And just before we do our final stretches, we're going to do some of those side moves that we did the other week as well. So do you remember we talked about any movement on a lateral plane going side to side is crucial for our balance and our awareness of where we are in space, in our own space there. So we can start towards the left-hand side of your space, your mat, your room, and we're going to do a double side step. So we're going to put the hands on the hips if we like. We're going to go 1, 2, and then come back across. You've got it. So we go 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So that's that side step. Yeah, I want you to look ahead rather than looking at your feet. And then once you get into that, see if you can step out just a little bit more. So can you give yourself that extra little bit of movement? Yeah. So come inside, you've got it, and side. Really well done. Good. Brilliant. We've got 4 more to do. So 4, good, and 3, lovely. So just in case you lose me there, 2, good, and then 1. Yeah, really well done. Now, if we come over to our right-hand side, we're not going to do that again. We're just going to do a little mini squat. So again, that same travelling laterally, not turning to here as we go, yeah, but just moving along, so you could use the edge of your mat or your carpet or whatever you've got there, just to see that you are going side on. Step out, bend the knees and in. So it's just a little moving, travelling squat. Bend of the knees, and then coming back. Yeah, lovely, good. So we go 1, we go 2, yeah? So as much as you can, you're square on to the camera. Yeah, you're square onto the camera. So double check that for me. It's easy to think that kind of doing that is enough, but we don't. We want to be really square on. So your hips and shoulders square on. Good. I just keep saying it. Good, we go 4. Good, we're nearly there. We go 3. Good, we've got 2 to do. So side moves. Good, and then we'll go back to that right side and then take it into our favourite grapevine. Yeah, so step behind, step together. 8. Yeah, so if you lose me, we've got 8, 6. We go 5. Again, see if we can keep facing the camera. 4, 3. And we're going for 2. And we're going for 1. Yes, well done. Really well done. Okay, so you can grab your chair now, and we're going to come into our stretches. So we're going to start with the back of the thigh stretch. So if you've got your chair, you might want to use that. If you've got a surface, a bed, a sofa, an armchair, side, or anything like that, you can use that, or you can use the floor. So we're going to, again, might want a bit of support somewhere. We're going to bend the right knee to bring the left leg up onto the chair. Keep that right knee bent and take a little lean forward until we find a really good stretch down the back of the thigh. Now, you can do the same exercise on the floor, can't you? So you don't have to be up. You don't even have to lean. You're going to get a good stretch without leaning as well, aren't you? Yeah? So I just want you to find that pull down the back of the leg. Really well done. Good. You can increase it by bending the supporting knee, or you can make it less by being more upright. Good, let's change legs, so we can bring that leg down, and we can do the same on the other side. So we can pop the right leg up, bending the left knee a little bit, leaning forward from the hip, not from the upper back, so a little hinge from the hips, doing absolutely brilliantly. Good, just double check we're not here, trying to kind of reach the toes. It doesn't matter what's happening in that upper body, it doesn't matter too much what's happening in that upper body. We don't have to be too far forward, but we definitely don't want to be rounding. Yeah, so get the lengthening down the back of the leg. Good, and then we can slowly step out of that. Well done. And then we can come into our front of thigh stretch. So we can do that holding onto the wall, take hold of the top of the foot. Today I'm going to do foot onto the top of the chair. Bend the supporting knee enough to feel that stretch down the front of the thigh. Yeah. And if you wanted, you've got hold of the top of the foot instead. Yeah. Good. And to deepen that stretch, if you've got your foot on the chair, you can bend your supporting knee a little bit. So whichever feels better, holding onto the top of the foot or using your chair. If you can do that, one of those for me, that's brilliant. Good, and then we can come out of that to do exactly the same on the other side. So popping the other foot up, gazing ahead, lengthening up through the spine. Good, and if you wanted, you can bend the supporting knee so you get a really good stretch down the front of the thigh. Or increase that stretch down the front of the thigh. What's going to feel right for you today? Well done, guys. Good, and then we'll step out of that. And then We can try our chair stretch, and this is quite a nice one, as long as the knees feel okay. Now, you might just need to hold on somewhere, so you could either hold on to your chair that you've already got, and you're standing close to your chair, you're bringing the opposite knee up and putting that foot onto the thigh. And then actually, if you just bend the knee, you'll feel quite a good stretch into that thigh area there. I'll just go through that again. So I'll just show you on an angle. So you're quite close to your chair, and the opposite leg comes up and pops onto the chair. So then actually from here, if you just bend your leg that's near the chair, you come into like the pigeon stretch that we've done before. Yeah, so we could try that, but I'm not expecting everybody to want to do that. Again, you might need to hold on. Yeah, let's try it on the other side. I can see some of us have got that. So again, I'll show you on the other side. So just imagine you're trying to do that lying stretch that we do. So you're quite close to the chair now with the standing leg, and then you're bringing the other foot up and just resting it on the chair. Yeah? So you can just kind of bring it up there to wherever you've got it. And then if you bend your supporting leg, or the leg that's near the chair, you naturally lean into that buttock. Yeah? But just make sure that the knee feels comfortable. And it doesn't matter if we haven't done that. Yeah, just have a go with that one. We might see, let me know what you think about that. Good, and then we're going to move our chair out of the way, or we can still use our chair if we like for balance. We'll come into an inner thigh stretch. Our last couple of stretches going. So finding the stretch on the inner thigh. And then coming all the way over to the other side. Good, when we come all the way back to our start position, we can reach the arms up, take a breath in. We can look up to the hands if that feels comfortable, and we can breathe out. We could really gently take the right ear to the right shoulder and bring the left ear to the left shoulder. We come back to the centre and we're finished. Very well done, guys.